Welcome to the Hot Chicks Write Hot Books podcast with Jen Foster and Melanie Johnson, where authors give you their inside secret tips on how to be a successful best-selling author.
Part 2 of Howard Partridge interview.
Now, what are you going to do with this particular one that's coming out? How are you going to use it, and maybe even your other books that you used it for a platform for your business? How has it helped your business?
Okay, so I'll bring you into my current world, okay?
Okay.
I just launched my fourth book, which is a marketing book. It's called Phenomenal Marketing Systems, and the subtitle is The 14 Fastest Ways to the Cash in Any Business, all right? And these are the simple strategies that I've used to build my businesses. It's the same strategies that I use to build my coaching business. And right now, and I acknowledge my coaching members because before I was with Ziglar, I was working with small specific niches, and when I started working with Ziglar, it just opened it up to everything that you could possibly imagine. Doctors, lawyers, plumbers, restaurant owners, every kind of consultant, speaker, author you could possibly imagine, insurance people, real estate people, and what was wonderful to see is that these systems that I developed work in any business. And so I published this book, and it was great. It really is a great book. I made sure that it was done really, really well. And I got #1 on Amazon in small business marketing, which is appropriate for this particular book. But to bring into my world right now, I got myself in a little bit of trouble. So, yeah, so every time you would meet Zig, of course he passed away in 2012, November 2012, but every time you would talk to Zig, he'd say, "Are you married?" if you're a male, and you'd say, "Yes, sir." Well, write a book and talk about your wife. And I thought about that and it didn't really resonate with me. I just thought, okay, well that's good. And he had short-term memory issues later on in life after his fall down the stairs, and so he would repeat that, and it was like, okay. And anyway, after my first book came out, I sent it up to Laurie Majors, who has been Zig Ziglar's executive assistant for 38 years now, I guess it is, and she did the first edit on my book for me.
Okay.
And she was very professional, and I'm from Alabama, so my grammar is not good, and punctuation and all that, all that's got to be redone, right? And that's the other message that I have for you. You don't have to be even the best writer. You don't have to be. It needs to be a great story, great book, great point. Something that other people don't know, but other people can fix the grammar. Okay, they can fix that stuff. Okay, and so she sent it all back to me, and I was like, great. And I'm thinking, I'm the type of person that I need positive reinforcement. I need to know that I'm on the right track. I need feedback. So I emailed her and I said, Laurie, I don't want to overstep my professional bounds or anything like this, but I know that you've seen all of Zig's books, and I want to make sure that I put out a good book, and I was just wondering what you thought about it. And she goes, "Oh, Howard, the book is great. No, there's no problem there. But what your wife said was a scream." And I was like, so all of a sudden she starts talking about my wife. And I'm like, and what my wife said. And I was like, okay. So the book comes out, and I'm on the stage at one of my conferences. I'm talking about my book, and my wife is in the audience. And I introduce my wife, and she goes, honey, I was talking to my girlfriends today about your book, and we were looking at the cover, and there's a typo on the cover. And I was like, on the cover? You got to be kidding me. And she said, yeah, it should say The Secrets of a Phenomenal Wife instead of live, So I was like, okay, that's it. I got to write a book about my wife. So I start talking about it, right? And I come up with Secrets of a Phenomenal Wife, WIFE,
Mm-hmm.
wisdom, influence, faithfulness, excellence. So I've been working on that book, and I wanted to get it out by February, and now I'm like, I don't know what this means, but I'm just kind of a cut and dry person. This is what you do in a relationship, okay?
Yeah.
Here's how you're going to act, here's how you're going to do it, just do it.
Yeah.
Stop it. It's just like that. So I was like, what's that?
I said, you're such a man. It's
I know, right? Such a man, right? What am I doing writing a book about a wife anyway? So then it went to the eight secrets of a phenomenal marriage, right? And so I got, maturity, mature, attractive, so on and so forth. So anyway, respect is in there, inspiration and generosity and gratefulness, all this stuff. And then I come up with the 7 secrets of a phenomenal husband: humble, understanding, supportive. But I get done with all of that, and I don't have enough content for a whole book. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do now, So now I'm sitting here going, all right, I got to write 2 more books for this publisher. So I'm like, am I going to write a marriage book, or am I going to write a book called Phenomenal Love and have a section on marriage, have a section on kids, have a section on loving other people? I don't know. So that's my world right now, is I'm trying to figure out where to go, and that's going to happen to you,
Mm-hmm.
And but the nice thing is you have options. I have a lot of books I want to write, and I'm just having a hard time deciding which one I want to write. I don't have to write it by a certain time, and I put myself under this deadline, and so now I'm just like, so those kind of things are going to happen to you, You're going to get...
go to an outside source for inspiration, and that's when I think you go, like as a business person, maybe they go to your conference, if they're writing a business book and they need to get their ideas turning and sparks going in their head. Yeah. So they need to come see you, or they need to go to somewhere else and just go somewhere where they're getting stimulated. So, yeah, you might need to go somewhere where, a love conference, buddy.
What I might need to do is just reach out to some people who have a phenomenal marriage and let them, write a few pages.
There you go.
That's one of the things we teach is, which is similar to what we're doing right now with the podcast interviews, is you can write a lot of your content of your book by interviewing other people.
Yeah.
So like you just said, going to different couples who have a great marriage and interviewing them separately and interviewing them together, and there you got 3 chapters with just those 3 interviews.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And it works out really well. And we're actually putting together one of our books by transcribing our first 15 podcast episodes again with the second 15, and have interviews and different great content inside that. So, yeah,
right.
It's a good way to get more content for your book.
Yeah. Great idea.
So tell us on your last book, we want to dive into the content of your books now. So many people who are writing books also have businesses. So what are your top things out of those 14, if you were going to give some great business advice of people what they should be doing about their business to grow it to be that multi-million-dollar company?
Okay, so the first thing as a business owner that you must understand is what I consider to be the greatest business lesson that any business owner could ever learn, and that is this. Your business exists for one reason and one reason only, and that is to be a vehicle to help you achieve your life goals. So let me ask all the listeners a question. Can your business have a dramatic impact on your personal life? The answer is yes. And unfortunately, many times that can be negative. You make the wrong decision or whatever, and the thing is that you're trying to handle everything in your business, and nobody's good at everything. And so my first message is that understand your life goals first, get that wheel of life out, set some goals for your life, and have a clear vision, as much as possible anyway, for your life, because then what you want to do is you want to design that business around your life, and that's what I've done. And I'm a beach bum. I love to be in Florida, at our home in Florida. I love to spend a lot of time on the beach in the summertime. And so I have my whole business designed so that I can spend a lot of time, at the beach, writing. I love to teach. I love what I do. And so I have a turnkey business. But if you don't have a reason to have a turnkey business, if you don't have a reason to grow your business other than just money or just for ego purposes, it's not going to be right. And so it's all about your life goals first. Once you have your business, you got to understand that there are 5 areas of business. The first one is marketing. That's everything that you do to attract prospects. Then there's sales. That's everything you do to close the sale. Then you've got operations, which is your service. Then you've got your tracking. You got to know your numbers. And then there's leadership when you hire people. So when it comes to the marketing piece of it, this last book that I just wrote, The Secret to Record Sales and Profits, is what I call referral marketing, and I mentioned it earlier, where all of business is about relationships, right? So what you want to do is you want to identify what I call a referral source that already has a relationship or already has customers that fit your target profile. And you want to go build a relationship with those people. And the more you do that, and I did that right off the bat in my first business, and that's why I was successful. And then I didn't have to spend money on advertising. I spend hardly anything on advertising. So once you have a business, and this book was really written for people who have a business already. I'll give you some of the 14 here real quick.
Yeah, please
14,
do.
Yeah, 14 fastest ways to the cash in any business. Now understand that the 14 things are very simple and about that much of the book, okay? But to build your foundation and really understand marketing is that much. Big difference, okay? And if you just use the techniques without understanding what your mission is, what your goal is, I have what I call the 7 M's of phenomenal marketing, who your target market is, what the best methods to use, and all that, then it's not going to help you as much. So I spent a lot of time doing that. So fastest way to the cash, number 1, is to set your sales goal. You can't hit a target that you can't see, and it's not going to happen by accident. How does that give you more cash fast? Is because the secret that I learned from Zig Ziglar is that when you put something in your mind and you put that sales goal in your mind and you see that every day, even when you're not thinking about it, you're working on it. And that's what the subconscious mind does. The second one is answer your phone. Answer your
You'd think that would be an easy thing.
Answer your Facebook messages. Respond to emails. I mean, come on. And it amazes me how many people who are in business that you can't get a hold of anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I took my wife's birthday is Saturday, and my son was going out of town today, so we celebrated her birthday last night. Asked her where she wanted to go. I called the restaurant at 9 o'clock in the morning, couldn't get through. I went on the website, and they had open table, and I clicked open table, and the restaurant isn't responding right now. I mean, I ended up getting a reservation, but I had to wait until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon before anybody, or maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon before anybody answered. Look, have a 24-hour service. Have a recording that says go on the website, and if open table doesn't take the reservation, get somebody else. So you gotta.
If they can't get
what I call
they can't buy anything from you.
I know.
Yeah.
In fact, I will give you my credit card, make it special, and you'll have my credit card even if I don't show up. So I call that the silent kiss of death. Okay. So if you're going to grow a multi-million-dollar business, you got to know business. Watch Shark Tank and watch The Profit, by the way.
Right.
Let's see. Number 3 is upselling, and upselling is the most profitable sale ever made. But a lot of people don't upsell because they're not trained, they don't have a system, they don't understand that what sales is, that they're benefiting the customer, and they're afraid to upsell. They don't want to take money from people. And so I have a whole thing that I teach on why that's doing your customer wrong if you don't have other opportunities for them. Let's see, number 4 is to reach out to past clients by phone or social media or whatever, and just have a certain number of people that you're contacting. You need to have a lifestyle of building relationships and reaching out and touching people. And so I teach people to make phone calls, just even if you're just going through your contact database. I did send out cards I still do send out cards, but I signed up more people directly than anybody in 2009 because I just picked up my phone, went through my contact list, and all day, every day, at any extra time that I had, I just dialed the number. I knew the website so well that I was like, hey man, you got a minute? You in front of your computer? Let me show you something really cool, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's got to be your lifestyle. Do you have a dream? Do you have a goal? If you do, and it's exciting enough, you're going to be willing to crawl across broken glass. And as Dave Ramsey says, if you'll live for just a little while like no one else will, you can live the rest of your life like no one else can.
Yeah.
And you can make a difference in people's lives when you write books. Okay, so you want more of them?
There's a couple more.
Yeah, let's hear a couple more.
Couple more, okay. Since we're only going to do a couple more, I'm going to let me pick one. Let me pick 2 instead of going in order.
Favorite.
All right, here's one of my all-time favorites. Here's something that very few people do and understand. I first learned this by reading a book called Permission Marketing by Seth Godin. And it's actually something that we're doing right now. And what I call it is the free trial offer. It's the secret to record sales and profits, because here's the thing. The money is in the list. The money's in the list. The size of your list, the relationship you have with your list, and what I mean by that is your audience. So what you want to do is give people something for free, whether it's the first chapter or it's your podcast or whatever, to get people to engage and get on your list. Even in my service company, we would offer people a free on-site service. Just we have these little cards that we would give. We still do it. Give it to our referral sources. Your valuable client can try us for free. For free? Yep. We'll do a service call out there to their home or business, show them what we can do, give them some value, and there's no charge, no obligation. That with referral marketing and a referral reward program kept me from having to do traditional advertising like most people have to do. Mm-hmm. So that's a big one. And then, speaking of a referral reward program, you may not do this on books, but the thing is that more than likely your book is going to lead you to coaching or seminars or speaking or something like that. So when people refer you, give them something, reward them. And if you can have a systematic referral reward program, then all the better. Or an affiliate program, if you want to call it that, online. That's what a lot of people call it. Be willing to share the wealth.
That's great advice. Yeah. And I love how, all of those things tie in that they can use for their books if they write a book, and or say when they write a book. And I also like the joint venture that you have of bringing other people in to support you, and which kind of goes with that referral, but it's having that core group of people that they can rely on, their board of directors, so to speak, that they can use to have them support each other with whatever they're doing, their businesses.
Yeah. Exactly.
Real important. Well, tell us where we can find you. Give us a website.
Well, I am very easy to find. If you just search my name on Google, you'll find out more than you want to know, probably. But howardpartridge.com, Howard Partridge, Partridge, like the bird or the family, and in the pear tree, howardpartridge.com. And I've got some free resources there. Right now we're giving away a free CD and free videos. I have an email list where I will send you a business building tip every week, actually twice a week. And I invite you to webinars and things that we're doing so that you can get to know us, like us, and trust us. If we're the right fit for you, great. If we're not, just it's cool. So
That's great. That's great.
We'll post your website up on our website, and then we'll have your books available there too, so they can find you with us and purchase your books through us, as well as your site.
Great. Sounds good.
Well, thanks so much for coming. You were awesome. You gave some really super great content. I think it was very helpful. So remember, if you'd like to write a book, you can use us, Elite Publishing, eliteonlinepublishing.com. We also have our workbook that we use at our book writing retreats. It's available on Amazon, and you can go through that and figure it out and learn how to write a book. And we have our book writing retreats, of course, which is bookwritingretreats.com. Come down to the beach, have breakfast served by our private pool every day, sit by the beach and write, just like Howard was saying. He loves to write at the beach. So come and join us, and we help you every step of the way to get it done. So great to see you, and we'll see you next time on Hot Chicks Write Hot Books.
Awesome.
For more information, you can visit our website at hotchickswritehotbooks.com, or you can text your name and email address to 832-572-5285.